Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Game-Based Learning in the World Language Classroom. The why, what, and how. We're on section 3, the how to use game-based learning in the World Language Classroom. I'm Madame Sensei. I teach Spanish, French, Japanese, and English to high schoolers out here in the beautiful Pacific Northwest, and I'm trying to teach this little bird how to get out of my classroom, and I've been unsuccessful, so I may be interrupted again because he's still here. If you'd like to help me work on any of these games, find me at the Minecraft Education Ambassadors or the Minecraft Teachers Lounge, the Duolingo Educators Network, studio-nemo.com, or today I'm going to tell you all about Roxem. We're on chapter 20, multitude of musical games, and we have been talking about why music is great in the World Language Classroom. We've been talking about song smackdowns and hokey pokey. We've been talking about TPR, total physical response. We've been talking about how to embed culture. We've been talking about a lot of stuff that you can do with music. And you know that your students love music. All right, so I read a lot in my classes. I read to the students. I have the students read to themselves. We do a lot of reading because it's been shown that the more you read, the quicker you'll learn vocabulary words. And after reading a little, I like to have the students do something with the story that we just read. Sometimes we draw, sometimes we predict what's going to happen, sometimes we read a newspaper headline, sometimes we add a new character. Can you hear the bird chirping in the background? Sometimes we do songwriting, and this is super fun. So here's from when I have the students read a story from this is the French version. 21 mini-contes by Tom Alsop. He also has it in Spanish, 21 mini-cuentos. People go into a haunted restaurant, and the restaurant has nothing but crepes and Coca-Cola. So I have them write a little song about it. And I give them choice of I say spooky, scary skeletons, Mary Had a Little Lamb, Old MacDonald, whatever you want, bingo, whatever you want. This was from Riquet à la Houppe, which is in a book of an anthology of Charles Perrault stories, La Barbe Bleue et Autres Contes, adopted by Dominique Guillemot. And I had the students, to the tune of ABC or whatever you want, write a song about setting the table and preparing dinner. Oh, it was so funny. One year, I had a student, she said, oh, man, I don't know what I did wrong. I started out, it was to the tune of ABC, but suddenly it's Baa Baa Black Sheep. I don't know what I did. And I just started laughing because she hadn't realized that it's the same song. They're both theme and variation by Mozart. Sometimes it takes the students a while to get into this. The first time they're like, oh no, what do I do? But then they have super fun with it. And last year actually, I don't know. So some students we were doing, I don't even remember which story it was, but oh, I know it was from 21 mini-cuentos, and there's a haunted car, and there's a song playing on the radio, and I'm like, okay, write the song on the radio. And one group didn't write it to the tune of anything. They just wrote this little rap. And another student who wasn't in their group, she said, oh my God, I love that. Can I record it tomorrow? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll have them sing it again. That'll be great. I had not realized that my student is a secret professional music producer. She ought to be, okay? This is her hobby. And so she brought in all of her recording equipment, and she had the students sit down one by one. We had the whole class they all learned this little rap that this one table group had written. And she sat down with them, and it was just so fascinating. She, to watch her working and to give her instructions to everyone. And I was there to translate it all into Espanol, but, brought me back to my days when I was a professional translator, and, I was working on many, many movies, and some of the scripts I did were dubbing scripts and some of them were subtitle scripts. So this was really cool to see her doing this. It was so much fun. I had, as I teach my students verbs, there's a lot of highly repetitive songs that have verbs over and over again. And for comprendre, for my French classes, there's this dumb rap song. It's really dumb. It's Je ne comprends pas. Je ne comprends pas. And it's just perfect. Just Je ne comprends pas. And my students, maybe 4 years ago, they loved it so much. They're like, oh, we want to learn the whole song. And I'm like, you know, it's a rap song. I'm not going to teach you the whole song. There's, I was able to slide it past you because you don't understand all the words. I just wanted you to know Je ne comprends pas. But then I said, you know what? Yeah, let's learn the whole song. You guys are going to write the verses. You already know the chorus. You guys are going to write the verses. So I busted out my piano. And of course, I have a piano in the classroom because I do, because of so much music. Busted out the piano, and I quickly wrote up the music for the kids. It's a rap song. It's not hard. It's not hard to figure out what chords they're doing. So I wrote up the music, and I allowed my students, does anyone here want to play piano? And I have a couple of pianists in the class, and I cannot find the video I made, but another student brought in his bass guitar, and we had this huge jam session. As we had the chorus, everyone was chanting, and then every table group made up their own verse, and it was a lot of fun. I talk about this concept in more detail in another video, which I'm going to link right after this one. I'm going to put it in the playlist. As I was experimenting with the guided language acquisition development techniques, I was trying to figure out how to make expert groups work for the high school area, and we started writing songs with so that everyone is an expert on the chorus, and then since they're writing their own verses, they're all experts on their one particular verse, which they then teach to the rest of the class. So I'm just going to link that here rather than walking you through the whole thing again, because I've already explained it in nauseating detail. I'm sorry, that video is way too long. I'm trying my best to keep them short. Let's talk about Roxem now, okay? Because Roxem, I'm really excited by. It's a rather recent addition to our technological tools, but right now there's French and Spanish and Chinese and German on here. And so you'll just select the language right up here. And there's hundreds of songs there right now. There's not all the songs you want yet, but there's hundreds of songs. There's bunches of stuff for you to do. So you'll click on a song, and then you can choose to either have your class listen to the song or play live games. Or you can assign it for homework, or you can assign them to learn it. I'm going to walk you through all that. Okay, so live games. This is, I've talked about Blue-Kit a lot. Talked a little bit about Kahoot and Quizlet Live. This is based on a song. You're going to have a choice between, do you want to do Whack-A-Word or a lyric puzzle? Okay, Whack-A-Word is a closed activity where some of the words have gotten taken out of the lyrics, and your students have to choose between which lyric goes there faster than the other students in the class. And lyric puzzle is they'll hear a little snippet of the song, and then they have to put the words in order. And it's kind of like one of those little, it's like a bunch of squares, and you have to slide the squares around to get them in order. So let me show you a little bit about this. Oh, and this is the learn the lyrics section. Okay, so I like doing this a lot, especially for homework. But I'll just tell the students to learn the lyrics, and they click here, learn lyric, and they get translation of the lyric, and they get to hear the lyric, and then maybe a little cultural explanation or any kind of explanation right there. All right, so I'm gonna go into Roxem a little more in detail to show you all the pieces of it at a time when I'm not going over my 10-minute mark that I've left for myself. But our next episode, we're gonna start talking about other online games to leverage. And then we'll go into more detail in Roxem because it's an online game. So I hope to see you there.